Hello. Gonna read from the Alchemystic Woodcut Tarot by D.W. Prudence. Duchess is walking around behind me here. She might show up a few times. Trying to organize my cards, yeah? Keep them in. It doesn't matter if they're upright or not. There's no upside down or reverse readings for these cards. Well, I like to keep them in order so that I don't have to flip them around to show them to you. Okay. Gonna make a little noise in the shuffle here. Use the surface near the phone. The bridge. All right. Let's do a cut. Now let's cut again, the other way. And let's cut this way. All right. So, Spirit, what do we need to know today? Give us some wisdom from D.W. Prudence and his studies. So you have one card here. Do we need more than one card today? Well, I think Spirit wants me to know about all these cards, but let's put them all back in. Try to just find one that's most important. Let's use the Magician. And the first card that came out, the Nine of Shekinah. Sorry about my giggle. We have two other cards here. If we get to that, I'll read. Those cards are for Shekinah and Knight of Alchemists. Okay. Now, let's go back to the Nine of Shekinah. That was the first that came out. And find out what the Nine of Shekinah means. Shekinah's in the back of the book here. All right, Nine of Shekinah. Typist, occupationist in 1603 was the book that this picture came from. Okay. The Nine of Shekinah card deals with hypocrisy. On the surface, the man appears to have a happy and loving family, but beneath the surface there is an evil that is not shown to outsiders. For what is the hope of the hypocrite though he hath gained when God taketh away his soul? For what is the hope of the hypocrite though he hath gained when God hath taken away his soul? This is in Job, the 27th chapter, verse 9, and of the King James Version, printed 1611. Hypocrites present a false appearance to the world, but God judges the heart. And this is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10. This card may represent evil motions or an attempt to deceive or to conceal the truth. People are not always what they appear to be, and some situations are too good to be true. Look for signs of deception or abuse. Okay? And now, I've seen hypocrite twice today. One other time was when I was reading about or watching videos about the XRP SEC case, and the judge called the SEC hypocritical or hypocrites. But other than that, following my heart might be also that card. And though I have gained, haven't followed my heart. And maybe there's a message to me. Taking a job or doing things that I don't feel like to gain. Don't always follow the heart's desire. So let's see what the Magician's about. That was just my share. This is a reading for you also. And you take away what you feel that you need. Or if it doesn't apply, then leave it. Let's see what else we have here. Magician's the first card. And the 9 of Shikna, that made a 10, didn't it? 1 and 9. So let's find out what the Magician's about. Quinta Essentials from 1547 is where this magician image came from. The image of the Magician card is taken from the Quinta Essentia Fifth Essence, which is a book of alchemy, similar to the Magician's card in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The Magician is depicted with one hand pointing toward heaven and the other hand pointing to earth, representing the concept as above, so below. The Magician serving as a conduit, representative of God on earth. The torches in the Magician's hand contain the word per ascensum, by ascent, and per descensum, by descent. As in the Lord's Prayer, the Magician desires God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Around the Magician are the tools he uses in alchemy. The Magician stands outside. His actions are clearly visible, and he lets his light shine before all. During the Sermon of the Mount, Jesus said, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glory your Father in heaven, and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, and the King James Version 16:11. The message of this card is to serve God by serving others. Matthew chapter 25, verses 34 through 40, and to be God's instrument and representative on earth. You do not need to be endowed with supernatural powers in order to make a difference in the lives of those around you, but should endeavor to use your blessings or skills to assist others. Matthew chapter 23, verse 11. The quest for the philosopher's stone denotes the alchemist's attempt to transform base metals into gold, and includes both physical and spiritual components. Alchemists did attempt to transmute physical substances into gold by spiritual alchemy, with the process of transforming one's soul into gold, purifying it. Revelations chapter 3, verse 18 through 19 states, I counsel you to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that you may be rich, and white raiment, that you may be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness did not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. King James Version 16:11. Spiritual alchemy is also known as the great work and involves being baptized by fire. Luke chapter 3, verse 16. Growing in faith and obtaining enlightenment. The Magician card is associated with the 12th path of wisdom on the Kabbalah and connects the Sephiroth, emanation of God is what Sephiroth means, of Binha, understanding, and Keter. Binha is an area near your shoulders, and Keter is your crown, so Keter means crown. The path, or your head. The path is associated with transparent intelligence because the magician possesses a profound understanding of God's will and serves as a visible representation of God on earth. This card represents using one's skills and abilities to serve others. Do not hide your blessing, but put them to use. Be a good steward and make the most of your talent. Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. Okay. I admire those that are able to be good stewards and put those spiritual blessings that they have to work. So, 4 of Shekinah were these other cards that came out while I was trying to find the first ones. 4 of Shekinah is Hendrik Muller's, D. Hendrik Muller's Thrennen and Tross Quill 1724 book. Had this picture in it. And short reading here for this one. 4 of Shekinah has to do with pureness of heart. 2 cherubs hold a scale that holds a heart. Jesus is predicted as the center of the scale and leans toward those whose heart is in the right place. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Matthew chapter 6, verses 20 through 21, King James Version 16:11. Things may not always work out the way we would like, but as long as our hearts are in the right place, we have nothing to be ashamed of. If the inside is clean, the outside will be also. Matthew chapter 23, chapter 23 and verse 26. So let's look up the Knight of Alchemist now. Pure heart. Pure alchemy for cleansing in the fire to make ourselves golden. Let's see what's up. King of Alchemists. Knight of Alchemists we want. Knight of Alchemists. Les devas clefs de philosophie de Frere Basile Valentine, 1660. This is the book that this was from. Hold myself up on my arm here. There we go. And the image of the Knight of Alchemist card is the Valentine's Philosopher's Stone. The image of Mercury on the second key. Mercury represents the spirit. He holds the caduceus, the staff of Hermes, which represents the uniting of opposing forces. Hermes uses the wand to make peace between 2 fighting snakes. He holds 1 wand in each hand, symbolizing that he is equally balanced. Within the circle is another version of Basil Valentine's Philosopher's Stone. It reads, Vista interiora terra rectificado in venies acclitum bipedium, which is the Latin for visit the innermost part of the earth, rectifying things and you will find the hidden stone. This is the meditation the wise man shares with his apprentice in the Azoth, in the Ten of Alchemists card. The key to finding the Philosopher's Stone is to first mine the material by looking within you. The sun and the moon represents the masculine and the feminine polarities. Returning to balancing your masculine and feminine polarities within, that are united in the cup. The planetary symbols represent the stages of the alchemist process discussed on the 7 of Alchemist card. The mirrored eagle represents Mercury and the spirit. The lion symbolizes sulfur and the soul. The 7-pointed star represents the body and the Philosopher's Stone, as well as the 7-step process. The globe of the left represents the earth, and the armillary sphere on the right symbolizes the universe. 2 divine hands of blessing point to the answer of the alchemist's riddle. This card represents balance, direction, and understanding secret knowledge. Well, that was the reading today. I hope you're enjoying learning some secrets of wisdom of the ages and augmenting our belief systems a bit to understand some of the mysteries of magic. Have a good night. It's just the light above. I'm at the base of some stairs. The steps are a good place to put my phone. All right. Thank you.